when you compete at the Olympics, I don't even look at medals. We build stories even before something has happened, and it is nothing right or wrong about it. India में नहीं होता है. You're right. I think Rio was a golden opportunity. That's the beauty of the game.
Welcome back to Esport the Savvy for the second episode of India at Tokyo Olympics, a preview show. और इस वीडियो में हम वो स्पोर्ट को कवर करेंगे जो हमारे देश में रामायण और महाभारत के वक्त से खेला जा रहा है. You guessed it right, it is archery. New look archery has been a part of the modern Olympics since 1972. India has been taking part in archery in the Olympics since 1988, and this year we have 4 individuals who have entered themselves in 4 different events. सब के सब top 100 में ranked है. Unfortunately, our women's team couldn't qualify for the Olympics, and this was a minor setback to the community. But the lone female, Deepika Kumari, is ranked number 1 in the world, and she had claimed this position way back in 2012 for the first time. Atanu Das in the men's single is ranked in the top 10. A fun trivia: Deepika and Atanu are now a married couple and will be taking part in Tokyo Olympics in the mixed team event. This is the first time ever that an Indian couple will be participating in a sport together as a team. For the archery preview, I have a very special and a talented guest. He has not only played the sport but also runs an academy in Thane. Apart from archery, he is an experienced RJ, an educator, and a professional commentator who has been commentating on All India Radio for cricket and hockey matches since a long time. Pankaj Athavale is a man of many skills, and I was fortunate enough to have a comprehensive chat with him on Esport Savvy regarding India's prospects in archery and other sports. Good evening, Mr. Pankaj, and thank you for coming on Esport Savvy. It is an honor to have you on the show, a person with multi-skill and knowledge on sports.
Hi, Savio. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me on your podcast. Amazing stuff that you keep on doing, and I hope you keep not talking about a lot of sports on your shows. Coming to archery, a bit of excitement, bit of disappointment because the women's team could not qualify, and the girls were absolutely raring to go. We spoke to them after they came back from Mexico and Turkey and other places when they won the medals in the pre-events, and they were in the World Cup, and they were looking very, very excited, especially the other two girls. But unfortunately, they couldn't make it into the Olympics in the qualifying events. And let me tell you, the qualifying events were also very, very closely fought, especially the US girls, then the Mexican girls, and it was crazy. So it should have maybe, I would say, complacency, but we all expected them to kind of have a cakewalk. But it was a really very, very good thing. Not that the girls didn't play well, and this is what we got to kind of understand is that the players do put in, but then the other players who are competing with us, they are also good enough. So
sorry to interrupt. Actually, archery is that one sport, no, where I feel one mistake and you're out of the game. It is not like a cricket or football. You lose 3 wickets and you come back. In football, you concede 2 goals and you come back. Archery, one bad arrow, one miss, one 6-7 pointer, and you're out of the game completely.
That yes, in archery is a very interesting game, as you said, one bad arrow, and that gap of 1 or 2 points then continues for a long time until and unless your opponent also makes a mistake. See, so it's not that about you make a mistake and you lose out of it. There are chances when you make a mistake and then you come back and start hitting 9s and 10s, but your opponent, your competitor, goes into some brain fag and he or she shoots a 6 or a 9, and then it's quite possible. But then the worst part, as you said, is it's a very, very funny game where in the last arrow, if I'm shooting, I know that there's a difference of 11 points. I can shoot a maximum of 10. I am going to lose, and still I have to shoot a 10. That's the beauty of the game.
Yeah. It makes it unpredictable also, and it keeps that athletes on the toes, like precise. It has to be precise. There cannot be mistakes. That is one thing about archery. I think it is one of the most difficult sports, and that one sport you start your game and within 5 minutes everything is over.
In fact, there is so much of intrigue about archery, the game of archery in India, because we have such a fantastic legacy culturally, also civilization-wise, also. So primarily in the modern archery game, we have 2 categories at the international level. One is the recurve and one is the compound bow. What our viewers and listeners have to understand is that the recurve bow is more or less very similar to the traditional bow that we all know. Of course, it is made out of fiber and alloy and stuff like that. But it is more very true to what a traditional bow would look like. Whereas a compound bow has basically originated from the hunting requirement, wherein you need more power and you need more time to hold. But then the wheels and the cams, as they are
Yeah, at
at
the
the top
bottom.
and the
Yeah.
bottom, they basically take all the load. And in the pulled position, you are not actually pulling that entire load, because sometimes you must have seen the movie Rambo, wherein he
Yeah.
puts up the bow and you have the cams, and it's basically hunting is very popular in the United States, as well as some parts of Europe, but primarily the United States. So what they have done is that in hunting you need more power to pierce the hide of the animal, and you may
Okay.
need to hold it for some time before you take the aim and then shoot. So that's how it has basically originated. So in a compound bow, the poundage is more about 60 pounds, something like that. The initial pull is a bit heavy, but then the cams take over, and the
Okay.
design is such that when you're holding in the position, you actually it's pedalite. You are not pulling anything, because the cams are taking
Okay.
everything. And when you shoot, it's very very accurate because you want to kill the animal. That's the idea behind hunting. So
Okay.
that's why it is called as a compound bow. Whereas in a recurve bow, what happens is that when you're in the pulled position, you are actually holding that much of poundage of the pull also. And when you release it, that's the kind of power or the outcome, which is kinetic energy, which is being given to the arrow. So being more traditional, that's why it is there in the Olympics. Whereas the compound as well as the recurve are there in the World Championship. So recently, a couple of weeks back, Abhishek Verma, the
Abhishek
top
Verma.
Indian compound archer,
Yeah.
he won the gold at the championships, and quite amazing. So, yeah, so these are the two types of the recurve and the compound. Recurve is there in the Olympics because it's more traditional design.
Tradition. Uh, she was the first Indian archer to take the number one position when she did in 2012. And
Yes.
she was very young that time, a teenage girl. And now, again, after 9 years, she's come to the number one position. How do you think will she cope up with this Olympics and that huge expectation from a girl who is still in her 20s, and everyone says that number one है तो gold आना ही है. ऐसा ऐसा होता है क्या, मतलब नंबर वन है तो गोल्ड आना ही होता है?
Savio, India is a very funny country. Uh, we build stories even before something has happened, and it is nothing right or wrong about it. But culturally, we are so engrossed that you are going to get married. People already mentally are at your honeymoon, at your good things happening, at your first child, and the name, and so it's a cultural problem. It is there in everything. You get a job, oh, then you will get promoted, then you'll get this, then you'll do this, and if it's a cricket match, oh, India will win the toss and this will happen. India will score 300 in one day. फिर ये हो जाएगा 4 विकेट ले लेंगे इंडिया. अरे मैच शुरू भी नहीं हुआ है. But is that we compare everything as if we are the only great ones in the entire world, and all the others are all idiots and they've just come there to do time pass. Whereas at the Olympics, you're having the top 10 guys. All of them have worked and slogged their asses equally as much as you and me have done. So
Absolutely.
it's going to be the contest of the greatest, but we tend to forget that. And as you said, 2012, it was a very fantastic opportunity, considering that Deepika was young, raw, raring to go. But I'll tell you, she did falter a bit on certain occasions. And in fact, the 2012 Olympics was played at the Lords.
Yeah,
And
on the ground. Yeah.
on the ground. And just like cricket, it also will kind of impact the other games which are played there in that particular ground in some way or the other. And it did happen. It was quite cold, nip in the air, a bit of wind out there. And that just took out Deepika, and she really couldn't perform during the thing, which is absolutely fine and a learning experience. I think Rio was a golden opportunity. But what happened is, and I recollect very, very clearly, is that Rio May, when India had gone, I clearly saw a very standard expression on the face of every Indian athlete that we have spent, people saying to them, we have spent 100 crores on you, you better bloody get a medal, otherwise you're useless. And that was very clear on the faces, right? Be it on the wrestlers' faces, on maybe Dattu Bhokanal when he's in the rowing event. And in archery, you can actually see, and I remember one of the matches where the Indian girls were shooting and the other girls, I think it was Mexico or some other country, was with them in one of the rounds. And the expression on the faces of the all other contestants was so light and they were smiling and, Arey,
Yeah.
oh, miss ho gaya. And I remember one of the arrows where there's a coach standing behind the girl shoots. It was a Mexican coach, if I'm not mistaken. She shot a 7, and she smiled and she looked back. Oh, ये तो
गलती
गड़बड़
हो
हो गया type
गया.
stuff. And he's like, क्या रे? And whereas the Indian contingent was like, this is the whole world is at stake, our freedom is at stake, and the world is going to end. Because see, the problem is the officials and the entire country puts that kind of pressure on the coach and the athlete, which is very, very unfortunate. But the other unfortunate part, Savio, is that we are not going to change. So as far as the men are concerned, we have a much better chance because the three of them are there, so we have an option. We also have the mixed team where Atanu and Deepika, the husband
Yeah.
wife, is going to play. Again, see, I'll tell you one of the most funniest part is that all the concentration is on husband wife. ये वो अरे छोड़ो ना उनको.
But
Uh,
that is one point where you get the attention of the crowd that there is a husband, there is a couple from India participating in the same sport and they are going to be on the same stage together. मतलब ऐसा होता नहीं है इंडिया में तो सच मतलब.
इंडिया में नहीं होता है. You're right.
हाँ.
इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम है
तो
because
हम लोग के
इंडिया
लिए
में
नया
लॉन्ग टर्म में.
है.
But होता क्या है ना कि the newness for India is so much so that we forget that there are certain other things, and we just concentrate on the husband wife thing. Though I did ask Deepika and Atanu कि कितना pressure एक दूसरे पे डालते हो, and Deepika, like a typical Indian wife, is like, of course I'm always right. And I asked Atanu कि in fact when they came back from the World Cup, we had a very interesting felicitation for them. And there I asked Deepika, and she said, "नहीं नहीं, I'm like okay." Whereas when I asked Atanu, he said, "अरे हुआ क्या पता है? My event was after everybody's, and Deepika had already won the medal, and then the officials of the archery federation, the world body, came to me and said, "अरे your wife has done well, so you also to do well." I was like, "अबे ये क्या हो गया यार?" But then I just
फुकट का
switched
प्रेशर.
off. And then at the same time, I asked Deepika, we have got some input from very important sources that you pressurize your husband too much. He said, no, 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 I don't do that at all. But, and they're a very sweet couple. They are doing really very well and they are quite matured now, which is a good sign. So I think, see, I think there's a lot of pressure on Deepika when she's going to play in the individual event.
Yeah.
The team looks good, Atanu, Praveen, and Tarundeep. But I'll tell you, there is going to be tremendous competition in the men's event also. It's going to be fun to watch, and I wouldn't say, and see, for me, when you compete at the Olympics, I don't even look at medals because qualifying for the Olympics, they say, is equal to the effort put in by Leonidas and his men.
No, we hope that they do better and they enjoy themselves. I don't know. मेडल मिला तो बहुत अच्छी बात है और सेलिब्रेट करेंगे, थोड़ा गवर्नमेंट कैश रिवॉर्ड भी दे देगा, 2-3 लोग अनाउंस करेंगे, पैसे भी नहीं देंगे, लेकिन ठीक है. बट देन दे शुड एंजॉय दैट इवेंट and it is a new event, so everyone will be looking forward to it. मतलब a sport which is 4,000 5,000 year old, and when you come to the modern Olympics ऐसा लगता है ये तो हमारे खून में है ना, हम लोग को आर्चरी में मेडल्स लाना ही चाहिए था. I don't know. Matlab, this is what my expectation is, but I feel that India this year actually has a good squad, and we have two members, one female and one male, both in the top 10. And बाकी लोग भी डरते हैं यार. They know that World Cup में हम लोगों ने बहुत goals मारे.
Yes, I am the coach at my academy, fortunately or unfortunately for my archers. But I started this archery academy in Thane in Maharashtra about somewhere in 2017 or something like that.
Okay.
And it now we have premises. Of course, it's been shut for the last 18 months because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and we actually had a couple of other places, and then we settled down at a very beautiful place called the Shrima Gurukul, which is there in Ghodbunder Road, and it's a wonderful school which supports sports a lot, and there we kind of work hard. But see, I never intended to actually even get into archery as a coach. So the idea was basically somewhere in 2012, 2013, I could not play too much of professional cricket, and then I wanted to get into some sport which will keep me busy. I got into archery for myself, and it was not even plan what to do. I started playing first 3 months. My coach sent me to a state championship, and I like what the hell am I going to do? And I started playing well. Then I had a choice between recurve and a compound, and I took over the recurve one. So then I played pretty decently. started playing at some state and national championships. But that
छोटे
was
मोटे
like,
मेडल, छोटे मोटे मेडल मार दिए मजाक
हाँ, but
मजाक में.
actually, mazak mein, no. See, Sabi, what happens, with people like us, and that's what our the listeners and viewers need to understand, that there are different categories of players. We only talk about the elite ones, but then there are some who play at the national, international level, but not very successful. But then they have also done a commendable job. They are not stupid or they are not idiots. Some are there at the national level, state level, and we actually used to participate at the state championships after being qualified in in no holds bar, because we knew that we haven't put those many hours. There are other boys who have actually put in a lot of hours. That is always going to be the difference. But technically and shooting wise, we are good enough. So it's just the case where you actually get into rhythm, and you're unbeatable. See, any sport is very beautiful, because you get into the rhythm and you're dangerous, and that's what we were. Because we have beaten the top 3, 4, 5 seeds of Maharashtra, and then we have lost, because that time we were in fantastic rhythm. So it happened a couple of times, and archery is such a sport where it affects you immediately. So in the sense, I remember in one of the state championships, I think Paltan or Solapur we were playing, and next to me was a young boy who was in the top 10 in Maharashtra, shooting really very well. हम लोग डर गए कि यार इसके साथ shooting करने का मतलब गॉन. But and he's in a young, ठीक है, थोड़ा experience है. So life wise we had a bit of experience with the age and stuff like that. So I remember the first arrow I shot was a 10, and I was surprised. These are qualifying events, huh? And like, okay, hello, this is good. But and it's just hardly I shoot, I see, and I realize that it's a 10. I see in my scope, oh, good one. And the next 4, 5 seconds, I just happen to look at the other guy. He's flabbergasted. He's like, look at me, and like, because he already feels that I'm a very great archer, and my first shot is 10, to kya, and he got really pissed off, and he started shooting here and there.
That is
Again, I
a
got
problem. There is a gap in people's expectations and the reality.
just to give you the details of the academy, we train, and of course we'll wait for when the pandemic is over and
Yeah,
when the facility starts. But we generally train on Saturday, Sundays. We have morning batches and 2 hour sessions wherein we have youngsters as young as 9 and 8 years old to a lot of elders, all the way to 40, 45, 50 coming to learn. And Thane, we have provided some really good players who are doing extremely well at the district level. And we hope if this the relaxations continue, we might just be able to restart the operation.
yeah, it will be good, and it is an outdoor sport, so you need relaxation. And coming to a local boy, Apla Manus, Praveen Jadhav, is he from your academy?
No. He's from Maharashtra. I hope he was from my academy, but he's basically from Maharashtra, Amravati, and he has been groomed really very well. I must say, see, Maharashtra is doing really very well in archery in terms of numbers, and now in terms of the quality. I remember
Okay.
in 2017, 2018, there used to be about 350, 400 participants for the seniors at the state championships. So, Mr. Pramod Chandurkar, who is now the secretary at the Archery Association of India, he has been working more than 2 decades in this, in fact, almost 3 decades. And I met him somewhere in 2012, 2013, first time. And they have put in a lot of hours, a lot of organization, investments have been done. And that then in the next 5 years created a number of archers. And now
Nice, good.
we are getting good quality. And the best part, you have to realize also that Maharashtra is a very strategic place. Though we have a lot of players from Jharkhand, West Bengal, Northeast, and in the compound sector we have more in the UP Delhi belt. But Maharashtra is doing exceedingly well because we have an Army Sports Institute in Pune,
Pune, yeah.
which trains really very well. We also have an Army Center in Aurangabad.
Okay.
Plus, in Amravati, there is a Krida Prabodhini, which is a very, very good center.
Acha.
So it's pretty good right now, and that is how Praveen and a couple of others have come. In fact, there are a couple of archers from Amravati who are upcoming, and they have been supported by the Amravati University last year with a sum of 5 lakh rupees each.
Big amount from a university.
Yes, and that's the reason why the support is now extensive, though the participation has been really very good. So, if you look at all the number of participants across all age groups from Maharashtra at the nationals or at the state it exceeds 500. So,
Good number.
that means the number was there, and then the Khelo India actually also helped a lot of Maharashtra athletes.
Yeah, it was in Pune and all the things. No? It was closer to
Yes,
home. Yeah.
correct. And even in Guwahati, when the Khelo India Games happened, Maharashtra did really very well in the archery thing. So that's the reason why Praveen Jadhav has now gone one step ahead. And it's good that the focus is not on him.
Yeah,
It's
it is
on
good.
Matano.
And he's not that bad in the world. He's what I guess in the top 50 already. And no one
Yes, yes.
realizes that. No one realizes that he's the dark horse kind of a thing. He could sweep away a medal and no one will know. So ye kaun tha? The next day we'll see in the papers.
Yes. And I think there, I also expect Tarundeep Rai to do well because he's a veteran.
Okay,
And
yeah.
he is now got in good rhythm of late. So that will help Atanu, and that's why I'm expecting a lot from the men's team. Quite difficult, but if you, I'll make it a more generic, and this answer is absolutely from a realistic sports expectation. It has nothing to do with I don't like certain people, I like certain people, or I basically say that the Indians are not good at all. I think we might just be able to get a haul of 6, 7 medals combined.
Okay.
That will be very, very generic because see, Tokyo Games are going to be very different because again, currently, as you know, there's a state of emergency in Tokyo.
Yeah, no
We will
fans and
also try to understand that this is not something where everything is going to be hunky dory. Everyone is going to stay in a bio bubble. It's going to be really very, very pathetic in terms of staying there.
yeah,
Facilities are good. The regular RT-PCR tests, it just
yeah.
weighs
It
you.
a mental fatigue kind of thing to get out of that. The एक frustration build हो जाएगा अंदर.
Yes, no moving around. See, there's an Olympic village. There's an atmosphere. There's a complete bonhomie. It's a different thing at the Olympics. That is not going to be there. I am looking at about 5 to 7 medals from the Indian contingent. Correct.
We should do better, but it's okay. Let's wait and watch. And yep, that's it. A wrap from this preview of the Olympics for archery for Team India. Thank you, Mr. Pankaj Atavale. It was good to have you on the show. We have a veteran of archery and a person who follows a lot of sports, so we actually gained a lot of things, a lot of knowledge, and we hope to see you back again.
Absolutely, Savio. Pleasure or talking to you all the time. Just keep that smile going and keep the podcast going pretty good. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you.